So we're doing another bounty hunting video. It's more or less an update to my first bounty hunting video. And the reason we're doing an update is because when I did that first video, what was it, several weeks ago, more than probably a month ago at this point, all the stuff wasn't actually working correctly. All the bounties weren't working correctly. You know, being an alpha, there's going to be bugs and everything of that sort, but there was one type of bounty that I avoided doing and I steered everybody away from doing because it was broken. When we first got these group bounties in, they were paying the same amount that a single bounty was paying to do 3 bounties. So you killed 3 people and you only got paid the amount of a single bounty. Not worth doing. That was bugged. That was broken. I did that video before they updated the patch. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get these new group bounties until a couple days ago. All I've been doing is running bounties, running monitors nonstop, and for some reason, these specific group bounties weren't popping. But a couple days ago, they suddenly showed up in my bounty hunting tab. And the group bounties I'm talking about here are the ones from Northrock Service Group. These ones right here. Now, why we're talking about the Northrock group bounties in particular, when compared to the other group bounties that are offered by Eckhart, Miles Eckhart here, there's some positives to these Northrock groups. A couple here. First off, you don't have to travel to the other system or across the system to get to Hurston or Crusader when doing a Northrock group bounty, like you would if you're doing an Eckhart group. Eckhart will, you start off in Hurston, you might kill 1 person or 2 people, and then you got to go to Crusader, and vice versa. Northrock, wherever you take that bounty, you're staying there. If you take it in Crusader, you stay in Crusader. You take it in Hurston, you stay in Hurston. So less travel time, more time to sit there in that one area and rack up more and more money. The second positive thing about this, and this is the best part, they have their own tier system. So as you can see here, I am up to a 20% pay bonus now. So like Crusader and like Hurston having their own security bonus, Northrock has their own bonus as well. And what that means is when you take a group bounty, let's find one here. So we got an ERT bounty here from Northrock. It says 87.5. When you complete this, now I haven't run a 20% bounty yet. When I was running these yesterday, I was only at 10%. So somehow I got updated when I logged off. Not sure how that works. Alpha again, bugs. But I was making 96,000 plus. So 96 and change doing an ERT bounty. And if you have your call to arms equipped here, when you do that bounty, you're getting the 1,000 to 1,500 per target kill. So you add those in there, you're making 100,000 plus per an ERT group bounty from Northrock Group. And you can run these back to back almost. What I was doing was I was hitting a ERT, and it's nice here too. The bounty assignment groups, they actually say what they are, ERT here. So you can just scroll through and go, oh, what am I looking for here? Oh, we got an HRT here. It looks like somebody's already doing the VHRT, so I don't have access to that. So what I would do is run the ERT and then look to see if the VHRT pops up. And I was just doing those back and forth, hitting those nonstop. That's a big payday. That's all I've been doing now. Not one day since I found these bounties, I've just been hitting these non-stop. Just because they're so good. I don't have to leave Hurston anymore. I don't have to leave Crusader if I'm over there. I can just stick around and do this. Now, I probably will go back to Crusader eventually, simply because I don't have access to VHRT bounties for some reason, or ERT bounties in Hurston. I can't get those. It's bugged out for me. So if I want to do those missions, I got to be in Crusader. It is what it is. It's an alpha. I'm not complaining. At least I can still do what I like to do. So what I'm going to do tonight is set a timer, and I'm going to do an hour of nothing but group bounties. Gonna hit the ERTs, gonna hit the VHRTs. If I have to, I'll hit an HRT. And we're gonna see what I make at the end. And right now I'm starting off with 389,416. I've been spending most of my money on ships. And what the ship we're gonna be using is a Saber. I recently bought one of those. So we're gonna be loading up with a specific loadout, a specific loadout that I like. So on my ring on my Saber, I'm gonna put a DR model XJ3 repeater, and these are distortion weapons. And then, actually, yeah, that's my wings. And I put those on the wings because the wings can get shot off on a Saber. So if I'm in a battle and I lose my distortions, I'm not like dead in the water. I don't have to worry that I can't suddenly kill the target in front of me if I lose my wings. And then obviously what I'm gonna put on here are my level 3 attritions, our size 3 attritions. You could go scatterguns if you really want to, if you're that type of person. Right now in 3.12 they are broken. 3.12.1 they're gonna be fixed. I don't need to run scatterguns to take out a hammerhead. This is my build for hammerheads. And because I picked out this build specifically so that I can do hammerheads and I can do any other ship out there. I can't kill other ships with scatterguns. I don't know why. Hammerhead's easy. Big, huge, slow moving ship. You just spin around in a circle. It's dead. Every other ship I just struggle against. So I need actual repeaters. So that's why I equipped the attritions here. You can use different guns. Honestly, I know I love attritions. I did push that in my first bounty hunting video, but for my other ships here, like I've been using my Prowler, I will actually equip cannons. I like the M7A cannon. You got 2 of these cannons on there. If you have only 1 cannon, I don't suggest it. I was using a cannon for my Warden. That's only a 1 cannon though, and I was having like I could take out the targets, but I did a lot of PvP, so I ended up needing something that fired a lot faster to keep up with players. They don't move like, you know, AI does. So I needed something a little bit better. That's why I switched to attritions initially. But taking out monitors, taking out VHRT targets, if that's all you're gonna be running, cannons work wonderful. But I have trouble with them if I'm running ERTs. So we stick with the attritions and we stick with the distortions. Honestly, you find a distortion for your ship that works for it. They do make distortion size 2 so you can gimbal them. They do make attrition size 2 if you have trouble firing. Get the gimbals. Overclock everything, they're going to work well. You don't need to worry so much. I run a similar build on my Titan. If I'm actually going out fighting, I'll put the XJ3s on my wings, and then on my nose I will run a size 4 attrition. So you get the XJ3's wings for your distortion if you want to break it up a little bit, so when you're taking out a hammerhead it brings down its shields a lot faster. That's what's wonderful about them. So you get that nice loadout there. Another loadout I like to do that helps, if I'm doing all scatter guns, I will put on a level 4 size 4 distortion scattergun. It works pretty good, and then I'll put obviously attritions on the wings, size 3s. What do I find the best layout for me is literally size 4 attrition and then the XJ3s on the wings. And that works for me on my Titan, that works for me on my Saber. It's a good combo. I like it. And obviously for shields, I like to use the FR66, and I use a Palisade as well. Palisade. So you mix two of them. So Palisades for the higher health, FR66 for the faster regeneration. I do the same thing on my Saber. Now on the Saber, you actually have the benefit of 3 shield generators. So I do 2 Palisades and 1 FR66. And that helps me out there. And then it's just a matter of figuring out which power plant you need, you know, to give you the boost for overclocking everything and cooling everything. And then for your coolers and all that stuff. So go to Urkel.games to kind of figure all that stuff out. That's what I did. You don't really need to go the best of everything when you're setting up your system here. It's just find out what type of weapons you want and then overclock them in the system. And then look to see what the power draw is. And then look to see what the cooling level is. And then build your system off that. You don't need the best, the top of the line of everything. I got top of the line pretty much for almost everything here. Because I had the money, so I did it. All right, and now we're gonna hit the timer here. We're gonna get going. There's something I do want to point out that's kind of important, and I've seen some people talk about it, and I just want to give my 2 cents here. So, one thing I did learn here, if you middle mouse click when you're hanging out over a window, it zooms in so you can scroll up and down. Been playing a year and I found that out like a week ago. Like, read the instructions, people. But when you overclock, particularly your weapons. Now, some people say overpower. If you overpower them, I want to say you're doing like 0.5% better for damage potential. But if you overclock, you do 1.5% or 1.5 times, not percent, 1.5 times more damage. And if you go to Urkel.games, I always have a link in my description for that site. Check it out. Hit the overclock button when you're there. Obviously, my ship here is bugged. This has done this to me before, so yay, Star Citizen. But go ahead and check it out and see the difference in the numbers, how they jump. And this is why everybody overclocks. Overclocking, overclocking, overclocking. I can't stress that enough. Overclock. Now, the same tactics apply from my first video. You want to go ahead and mark your next target so that you can QT to them, not have to worry about fighting the backup. Now, the one thing I've been running into, not every single time, but every once in a while, especially when you're fighting the double targets here, like you got 2 targets here, the backup's gonna come faster than you can take out both targets. It's just gonna happen. What I have been finding is sometimes they QT jam you, so you can't leave. So you're gonna have to fight every single ship. Now, usually that's not a problem if you're facing one ship, one target. It gets a little bit more complicated when you have 2 targets, because it's double the backup that you'll be taking out. It can get a little dicey if you're not used to taking on multiple ships at a time, and you are going to take some damage. It's just a matter of getting through it. I always hate Valkyries. They are just tanks. And this is where gimbals work well for people. Like, I should honestly run gimbaled sometimes. And now what I'm gonna do is focus on the other target, try to take him out as quick as possible. And this is the hammerhead. Now, every ERT bounty, as you can see, doesn't always include all hammerheads. That's one difference from the Eckhart bounties. All ERT group bounties in Eckhart are all hammerheads. For the Northrock, it's a mixture. You're gonna have Valkyries, you're gonna have Hurricanes, but you will always always 100% of the time have one hammerhead to deal with. So count on that. It's never gonna be, oh, you don't get a hammerhead this time. Nope, you will have a hammerhead in one of these targets. I had forgotten about that, and I should have focused on the hammerhead first. They take the longest to kill, especially since I'm just using repeaters here. So I'm taking a lot of damage from the other ships that are flying in here. And I'm staying really close. The problem with the Saber is they don't have the best turning capabilities for a small fighter here. But I prefer the Saber over the Arrow. The Arrow, I die instantly. When doing these missions, it's just terrible. And my Titan, though, can hold up as well as the Saber doing these missions. So if you got Titans, don't be afraid. They do extremely well in these type of missions here. As you can see, we've already broken through the shields. He's dead. And now we're gonna see if we can QT away real quick. We're gonna speed up as fast. Yep, see, QT jammed. Now we got no choice. Now we have to fight everybody. You see how many ships we got? 8 ships we gotta take out before we can leave. We could just try flying away, getting as far away from them as possible, trying to clear out the QT destination and then try to reselect it. It's kind of risky when you're being chased down by a lot of ships, but sometimes that does remove it. I don't know if it's a bug or if you're literally blocked by a particular ship here. I can never find one that I think would do it. And we get another hammerhead as a backup. That's awesome. First mission of the night, trying to make as much money as possible in an hour, and we get jammed by the backup, and we get another second hammerhead to take out. So you can see why you say, oh, we'll make 500,000. No, you can make close to it. Sometimes you just get rough bounties like this. It would almost be faster to die, go back and just respawn your ship, and then sometimes fighting. It'll take 3 minutes though. Oh, we already lost the wing. Look at that. It takes 3 minutes to expedite this ship. I'm gonna say it's like 3,000 and change USEC. Hopefully it was just the one hammerhead. Sometimes you get multiple. Now the only downside about losing our wing is we lost a distortion repeater. So that kind of stinks. And we got a second hammerhead here. Jesus. This is just a rough day. We'll just focus on these small fries for right now. When I'm this close, I don't really care about hitting the target. I just care about putting shots into the ship. Unfortunately, with the damage, if we make it out of this, we're gonna have to go repair before the next group bounty that we take. We'll survive enough in the second target here, our third target, I should say. that we don't need to worry about going to repair. Okay, we got 2 hammerheads left. Let's take out this guy. This is the wonderful thing about 3 shields. You know what? I forgot to equip call to arms. All these aren't paying us. Oh, that just sucks. I just realized that I don't have call to arms equipped. There we go. We can actually skip out here. I'm not gonna bother fighting those hammerheads. Oh, the money that we lost. Always remember, people, first thing you do, put call to arms on every single time. First thing you do before you take anything else, call to arms. Now, what I do here, last target, since these are timed, I go in when I'm at my next rendezvous point and I grab the bounty. Mark the route, just like we did in the first video. And there you go. We're set up for our next target. Now it is a VHRT. I'm not too concerned about repairing. I might actually just fight it out. I'm not gonna repair. If you're really bad off, just mark Everest instead. Like, what I might do is actually, after this next attack, after I'm done here, I'll head over here to Hurston, hit Everest, and repair before moving on to my next targets, because you get about 40 minutes to take them out, and as normal you have to wait forever. And hurricanes, it's always hurricanes. I hate hurricanes. Oh man, my ship is messed up. We might actually be going to do that repair. Okay, let's actually go do that repair. We're pretty rough here, but you get the idea now. That's how it works. And this is what I'm gonna do. You can make 500 plus an hour if things work out well. See, 105,000 for one mission. 20%, 105,000 for an ERT mission. You do 10 of those an hour, that's $1 million. Come on. It's so easy to make over 500,000 now doing bounties. So grab the group bounties that are Northrock Service Group. Now, I wish I could tell you how to get these bounties. All I know is I just do bounties. That's it. And it finally popped up. I don't know if there's a prerequisite, if I need to do 100 VRTs, if I need to do 10, and it bugged out on me. I don't know. The minute you see these pop up though, take them, hold on to them for dear life. If you fail them, if you fail to complete the bounty, I shouldn't say fail them as in die. You can die as many times doing these bounties as you want. If the timer runs out, you fail the bounty and they demote you. So you lose that bonus percentage. They drop you down 5% or 10% or whatever the percent is. And then you got to work your way back up, doing a bunch of kills to be promoted again. But I can't stress this enough. These ones are the best ones to hit now. And I didn't even know about them until a commenter on my last bounty hunting video pointed out to me. And thankfully, the day I read his comment, or her comment, I ended up getting these bounties popping up. So it worked out. It's great. They're the best things to do. They will make you the most money. If you find them, focus on them, stick with them. They won't let you down. And that's it. Just gonna be sitting here now, doing up all my bounties, trying to get them done and making some money. I was gonna buy a 600i. They took it out of the system for some reason. You can no longer buy them. So I think my next ship I will be doing is a prospector. I keep saying I'm gonna buy a prospector and I have not. I might not even buy it this time. I spent my money on a harbinger this last time. So we'll see. But get out there, find the Northrock Group bounties, have fun doing them, make a lot of money. Show off all the people that like to brag about mining, making them thousands upon thousands. Tell them how wrong they are. Bounty hunting is the way. So I decided not to do the test involving how much can I make in an hour, because I had some setbacks. I ended up getting a 30k. I ended up dying twice. First time I ran into something while shooting up a hammerhead, and then I decided to mess around and take out my harbinger to see how well that does on a hammerhead, and I killed it rather fast actually, but I ended up dying. So I scrapped the whole let's see how much money we can make in an hour. I started playing roughly around 12:30, and it is now 2:04 a.m. and we are sitting at 1,200,000 and oh wait, let me start that over again. We are currently sitting at $1,023,045. I'm tired. So made a good chunk of change. We started out just shy of 400,000 at like 389. 2 hours, that ain't too bad. If I didn't have all the setbacks I had, we probably would have been sitting a lot higher. The first night I did this, I wasn't really trying. I was just doing VHRT missions, not even bounty, not even group bounties, just the missions alone, just doing VHRTs only. And I made almost 400,000. So just shy of one mission, I would have been over 400k in 1 hour. So I know you can make a lot. You can make closer to 1 million if you just push it. If you got lucky with your servers, if you're able to drop the ships faster. I am noticing with the group bounties, they do spawn extremely slow compared to the single bounties. That's why I was able to get almost 400,000 doing VHRTs only, because they were spawning very quick. Almost as soon as you hit the rendezvous point, you didn't even have time to select your next destination. They were spawning in that fast. So it is what it is. We made decent money. If you can mix them up with regular missions in between, definitely recommend that. But yeah, okay, so that's it.